This is a story of a girl named Claire, how she found love and how one simple phone call ruined her life. You may be asking, why am I watching this? This is my story. I'm Claire. It all started with my boyfriend, Leo. You'll find out the rest. I love you so much, Leo.
Hey, what are you doing with my daughter, kid, huh?
Dad!
Sir, it's not what it looks like.
Get off.
Daddy! It's not what it looks like, I swear.
Leo's not the type of guy I want you to be with, daughter.
No! But Daddy, I love him! And this is where it all went wrong. I should have seen it coming. But love is blind.
Leo, I have to talk to you. There's no easy way to say this. I think we need to end things.
My heart split in two.
Is it because of me?
No, I never want you to think that.
I don't even know what to say.
I love you. I just can't tell you why right now. Come here.
I thought Leo was the one, but turns out nothing's quite as it seems.
You scared? Stop, I'm having a bad day.
What's wrong?
I don't want to talk about it.
Is it Leo?
It was. She knew me better than I knew myself.
Dad made me break up with him. He caught us massaging each other.
You just want to be a massage therapist. Did you tell him that?
He didn't listen to me.
I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him.
This was my last hope. She was so brave. Anyone that would be able to stand up to my father was a real hero in my eyes.
You really broke her heart, Claire's dad.
Just don't approve of Leo and my daughter.
She loves him.
If you're on her side, I don't approve of your friendship either. Yeah. Hello?
He wouldn't even take the time to hear her out.
Come to my office. I'm a little busy. Claire, no, you can't be home alone. I don't trust you. Especially after you just broke up with Leo. I know you guys are getting a nice area. No, I'm at work. Come into my office. I gotta take this. I've got no work.
This is my dad's Muslim assistant. He's terrified of my dad, just like everyone else in this town.
Your fans are ready. Thank you. Good second. Back to work now. Back to work.
Later that day, I found Martin, my dad's assistant, outside the offices vaping. So, like the bad girl I was trying to be, I asked him if I could join. And that's how I met Martin.
You can't wait. You're on school grounds.
Are you a student?
No, I'm some slave.
I could definitely relate to that.
I know what that feels like. I'm kind of a prisoner in my own home.
Yeah, my boss is a real dick. Treats me like Dobby from Harry Potter's. And one day I just want to be like, no, headmaster. But instead, I fall into the system.
That's how I am with my dad.
He must be a real prick.
He is.
My whole life was turned upside down because of the man I called my father. I could never forgive him. This was all his fault. All my unhappiness was his fault. But the next day, I heard devastating news that would make my life come to a crumble.
Why no angels? So.
Hello?
Yeah.
This is the call that changed my life forever.
What?
Oh, Ryan's gonna make it pretty far.
Oh my gosh.
Ryan will make it.
My dad just died in a fire?
I have done it again. I have been here many times before. Hurt.
He was my everything. And now, without him, I was nothing. I'm sorry, Dad. This next week, I was an absolute mess. I decided it was time to see a therapist because I knew these wounds wouldn't heal on their own.
My dad died in a car accident recently, fire, and my mom died before I was born, so I never met her, but I'm just looking for love, you know.
Well, just look for whoever gives you attention.
My therapist's advice caused me to go into a downward spiral, man after man, date after date, just looking to fill the void of my missing father.
Just go after that.
Live fast, die young, bad girls do it well. Live fast, die young, bad girls do it well. Live fast, die young, bad girls do it well. Live fast, die young, bad girls do it well. My chain hits my chest when I'm banging on the dashboard. My chain hits my chest when I'm banging on the radio.
You know, since my dad's died, it's been really, really hard. I'm just gonna clean out his office.
Oh yeah, really? Yeah, he was a really good guy. He really was. I enjoyed being around. My first romantic encounter just so happened to be with Cleopatra, Dad's coworker.
Yeah, I'm glad that you get it.
Yeah, no problem. You know, if you need to take you out one time, I can take you out if you need it.
So you're gonna be like my new daddy?
These things are so annoying.
Yeah, if that's what you want. Cleo didn't follow through, so I moved on to bigger and better things.
I would love that.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Cleopatra.
Yep, see you, Claire.
So, Greg, do you come here a lot?
Yeah, I like the smell of the atmosphere, and I also like the barista here. She brews excellent coffee.
Whoa, so if you like her, why don't you want to date with her?
More
Well-
coffee?
No, we're actually in the middle of something. Thanks, barista.
I was hurt, afraid, embarrassed, ashamed, all in one. Why would Greg take me on a date to where he knew the barista himself personally? This was not my idea of a first date.
Well, just because she brews coffee well doesn't mean that I like her personality. I mean, you have the best personality. You always make me smile.
Oh, that made up for it.
Greg, you know just what to say.
Yeah, Elijah?
I don't know if you're feeling since your dad died. I think it's perfect time.
Elijah, I don't know what to say. I'm dating Greg right now. But maybe we should. I'm so sorry.
You can't really hear Elijah, but hear me out. He told me he was in love with me, and I had to reject him because I was in love with Greg. Turns out, a few weeks later, Greg told me he was gay, which really made me sad. So, I went to a party to heal my broken heart, and things got crazy.
Hey, Brock, this is kind of intimidating. I've never been out with a jock before.
Brock proved to me that not all jocks are bad, but he did break my heart, just like the others.
Yeah. Well, I'm having a sick time, girl. It's lit.
It's been really hard since my dad died to get myself out there. I've always been a daddy's princess.
Yeah, I get that.
I decided to flee the scene of the party right away. I was so embarrassed. I decided to meet up with an old friend, someone who's always been here for me.
Wow, Richard, this party's raging. It's so sick.
How dare Elijah come and ruin my one chance of happiness with Richard? He was my last chance. Or so I thought. Nonetheless, it still gave him no right, and I'm still upset about it to this day.
Elijah, get out of here. What are you doing? I already rejected you. Oh, no, this cannot be happening. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. I told him I didn't love him because I'm in love with you. Richard, I've been in love with you since kindergarten.
This is weird. This is crazy.
Wow, Chris, that was such a fun date. I only want you.
Not Angel.
He wouldn't take anything I said seriously and tried to set me up with a weird Latino kid named Angel. So I decided to make my move, and, well, you know the rest.
Angel's cuter though.
The day finally came, my dad's funeral, and I was so nervous to speak. Even though I didn't have a date, I knew I had support amongst friends and family and everyone that loved me and my dad. I just want to thank everyone for coming out to my dad's funeral today.
And just like that, easy, I finished him, and I'm gonna get the money and his daughter. Now it's all up to me to finish the rest of the plan.